Hello and welcome again to this GED live screencast at Phuket PALS with me, Teacher Marco. And this is another lesson that is focused on reasoning through language arts. This is the third installment of this series, and the topic is focused on testing basic English usage. Specifically, now about misplaced and dangling modifiers. So we already finished capitalization, punctuation, sentence fragments, and run-on sentences. So today we'll focus with these two particular things. This is a very simple concept, but a lot of students are confused about it. But I'm pretty sure after this lesson, you will be able to distinguish what's the difference between misplaced and dangling modifiers, and why do we need to fix them, and why do we need to watch out for these kinds of sentence errors in our GED RLA tests. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so what do we mean by misplaced? Of course, we know that misplaced is, not in the proper location or not placed or not paired properly. Okay, how about modifier? What is a modifier? A modifier is something that describes another word or another phrase. Okay, so a modifier can be an adjective, or it can be an adverb. It can be a phrase as well, an adjective phrase or an adverb phrase, as long as it's describing something, or it's trying to describe another word, a noun, or an action, right? So let's take a look. A misplaced modifier is misplaced modifiers modify the wrong word because it's not in proper location, or seem to modify more than one word in a sentence. To correct a sentence with a misplaced modifier, the safest thing to do is to move the modifier as close as possible to the word it modifies. Now, shall I put it after the word or before the word? Well, it really depends. Okay, there are modifiers that should be placed before a certain word, and there are modifiers that should be placed after. But as long as it's beside the word that it wants to be modified, okay, that it modifies. Okay, so let's take a look at an example of a misplaced modifier. A sentence with a misplaced modifier. Leaves fell gently down on the grass with bright autumn colors. So, okay, which one, the grass or the leaves? We are confused, right? So which one has the bright autumn color? Is it the grass or the leaf? Okay, it's obvious that, leaves will usually have the bright autumn colors. So what we do is to put it beside the leaves, not the grass, because it's so confusing. Alright, because we know that most grasses, alright, are green. Alright, and leaves have the higher chance, higher chances of having bright autumn colors. So see what I'm discussing here. Or another example is that the truck on the bridge, which is green, is mine. So are we talking about the bridge or the truck? So I can just say the green truck on the bridge is mine, right? That's better, all right? Because misplaced modifier causes confusion. Okay. All right. How about dangling? What do we mean by dangling? Another synonym for dangling or dangle is hanging, right? It's like it's there and it doesn't have a purpose. So when we say dangling modifier, it's a modifier that seem to modify no word at all. It doesn't have a purpose, so it's hanging. All right. So the word being modified is missing. All right. To correct a sentence with a dangling modifier, you must supply a word that dangling phrase can logically modify. All right. So between the two, misplaced modifier, it's a complete sentence. We just have to place the modifier in a differentiation. But dangling modifier, it's an incomplete sentence. All right. So we need to complete it. So, for example, following the trail closely, the lions were located. What? The lions were following the trail? And they were located by who? So there, we don't have who. So now we supplied it with the safari leader. Alright, so now we have someone who's doing this. Alright, we now have someone that is being modified. See what I am talking about here? Alright, so a dangling modifier is not a complete sentence. It's missing something. It's missing the word that is being modified. Okay, let's take a look at some examples that we'll try to fix. We ate a dinner at an elegant restaurant with the car since slowly. We know that slowly here is a modifier. And it's an adverb because of the ly here. So we need to find the verb and we need to put it beside it. Okay, so we can say we slowly ate dinner at an elegant restaurant with the Carsons. There, it sounds better, right? Another example, Joanna had a hot dish of cereal this morning before she left for work. Okay. So we have two modifiers here, this morning and before she left for work. Okay, so it's better to put this beside Joanna. This morning, Joanna had a hot dish of cereal before she left for work. There, it's so confusing to have two-time modifiers here. So it's better to put this morning at the start of the sentence. So both 1 and 2 are misplaced modifier. Let's take a look at number 3. I think this is dangling. After running home, the television was turned on to watch the baseball game. So the television was running home. All right, we must try to put a person here, okay? Because we know that the television set cannot run. So after running home, Marco turned on the television to watch the baseball game. Alright, that's better. After running home, Jennifer turned on the television to watch the baseball game. There you go. That's better. So I hope that I was able to enlighten you about these two concepts, misplaced and dangling modifier. I know it's a confusing topic, but I'm sure it's pretty simple now since you were able to watch this screencast. And we're still here to help you out, so please stay tuned for our upcoming videos. And I'd like you to complete this series since it's very helpful if you're planning to take up the GED test. And if you're curious about the programs that we are offering, please do visit our Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/Phuket PALS, or you can check our website. That's www.phuketpals.org. And again, this is me, Teacher Marco, and thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.